Hello and welcome to the program, The Eagle, a weekly program showcasing activities of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. My name is Aisha Gambari, and with me on the program is Aisha Mohammed. Hello.
Hi, Aisha. Welcome to this week's edition. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of the EFCC.
Positive moral values are important in our everyday life. Apart from giving meaning and purpose to our lives, having good moral means you're able to channel your behavior towards a beneficial and fulfilling conduct everywhere you find yourself. Despite measures put in place to check the menace of corruption, the increasing rates of corruption incidences in our society is becoming very frightening as the perpetrators have become unrepentant. Can value reorientation play a role in checking the menace? Does the family have a role to play in the fight against corruption? In this next report, we take a look at value reorientation as a tool in fighting corruption. The report. According to an online article by essaylibrary.com, incorporating the moral value of honesty in your life makes you trustworthy. You will have a clear conscience because you can respect yourself. The people that you come into contact with will all be able to count on you to be fair and sincere. Your integrity will allow you to advance in both your personal and professional life. There are more opportunities for you to fully experience life when you are an honest person. The issue of integrity brings us to the menace of corruption. A lot of Nigerians are no longer concerned about their integrity, which is evident in the way and manner public fund is being looted for private gains. Corruption, as many will say, is endemic in Nigeria. Everywhere we go, the menace stares us in the face. Poverty is also as a result of corruption because funds meant for developmental purposes are being diverted for private gains. The federal government had since recognized those many problems and so established various agencies to combat corruption, some of which are the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Code of Conduct Bureau, amongst others, with each having its separate laws. Apart from the laws enacted to fight corruption, can value reorientation be a tool in checking the spread of corruption? The Eagle team were again on the streets of Abuja to sample people's opinion on this. Some of the respondents have this to say.
The parents should teach their children the right thing. First of all, when they send their children to school, they should let them know that they should study and pass their exams by themselves. That whatever they do, they have to earn it on merit. Because I believe some parents are the ones that allow their children to go into all these corrupt practices, malpractices. They even pay the teachers, buy question papers to allow these children to move further, to move to the next level. And these children, they are assimilating all these things and they know that their parents are doing this for them and they can continue with it because what your parents is doing and you're doing it, nobody will caution you about it.
What I see in these things is all about the family, parents. It's the way you brought up your children that they will also move elsewhere, outside. We parents, we need to impact some things in our children. You need to teach them before any other thing. You're supposed to be the teacher, the real teacher. You have to teach your children what to do and you have to educate them to know the bad and the good thing in our country.
I am suggesting that we will start from home. because home is the beginning of the whole thing. If you have a good family value, you will not be involved in a violence. You will not be involved in stealing. But because we have lost our family value, that is why Nigeria is going the way they are going. Just let's take, for instance, in UNN, there is a child who the friends asked him to join an association. They call it one name, but the child came home and told the father, say, my friend asked me to join one association called the court. But the father, because the child was so close to the father, that was why he's able to disclose to the father. I am now advocating that parents should be close to their children and have time for them. The beginning of the whole destruction in this country started from home because a lot of parents are not at home. They don't know who associate with their children. They don't know how they go out and how they come in. They don't even know how they eat because they are looking for material things.
They need an orientation from the family, reorientation, and to educate them values, spiritual values, not ordinary moral values alone, spiritual values. And when they know what it takes for a man and a woman to stay as one, centered on God, then their lifestyle will change. They will now think of God first. And when they are thinking of God, they will not be corrupted in their heart.
Another thing for this corruption of a thing, if you teach your children how to struggle, how to just don't relent, don't look what other people are doing that is bad, just focus attention on what you are doing. Teaching children how to struggle, maybe after education they will learn, they will do other things to at least to keep life going. The children will not look back. They will know that maybe after secondary school education, either you learn trade or you learn how to sew machine or carpentry work or other things. Be contented with what they have. Children will follow suit. But a situation where you parents are not doing anything, tomorrow you bring this one, children will ask questions. Daddy or mommy, where? You say, don't worry. You have to tell your children where you are getting all those things. It's from my shop. It's from this my workshop. It's from this way. Or it's from a mechanic that we get this one. Children will know that they will have to struggle, fight, learn things, so that tomorrow they'll be okay.
I think we are the role model to our children. It starts from the mother. Understand? You as a mother, you have to present yourself in a way that the child will not regret it in life. You understand? You inculcate things in the child that are positive. You don't fight in your child's presence. You understand? There's some things you don't say, like making call. You begin to lie, and your child is there watching. Before you know it, he sees it as a normal thing.
The young people are often referred to as the future of the world. The future of our country depends upon the moral values impacted on them when they are young. So children have an immense power of observation, and their feelings are deep-rooted. They always observe their parents at home and their teachers in school. For this reason, some respondents called on parents to be good examples to their words.
I think it should be a kind of general sensitization from the family. It should be taught to the children, and then immediately they get to school, because it starts even at the nursery level. You leave your own food, you go to take another person's food. That is corrupt practice. So at that level, it shouldn't be taught as a course, but as a kind of instilling values in children. And then for the general society, there should be massive awareness campaign about it, because some people that are indulged in corruption or corrupt practices may not even know that what they are doing is injurious to their own persons and the society as a whole. So the government should, through the arms already in place, bring out campaign that will sensitize people on the need to stay away from corrupt practice.
If you have your children at home, you need to tell them how to manage the money that you have.
To be content with what they have. They should not spend more than what your parent has at home. Then you show them, you also tell them that anything that they know you're capable of doing for them, they should be contented with it. They should not go outside and be looking at their friends, somebody else outside, that mommy, come and buy this thing for me. I saw these also things in my friend's place, I want to have it. No, you have to teach your children what you can do for them. They should accept you. Anything you can afford to them, they should accept you like that.
The process of learning for a child is not magical. It is important that we instill a sound base of strong moral values in our children. Moral values are extremely important for everyone's overall well-being. It provides a structure for our lives. We should all work towards a better Nigeria by imbibing in good conduct and instilling discipline and good morals in our children. Honesty makes you respectable.
And still on the program, Acting Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has expressed the resolve of the Anti-Graft Agency to go after human traffickers, stressing that such inhumanity against fellow humans was as a result of corruption.
Magu made the assertion while receiving the Director General, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, Dame Julia Okodoli, who led a delegation from the agency to the EFCC headquarters in Abuja. The anti-graft czar used the opportunity to reiterate the need for a collective effort in the fight against corruption, which he attributed to why young Nigerians are risking their lives walking through the Mediterranean up to Spain and other European countries in search of greener pastures. He said the development is sad, which is why all hands must be on deck to change the narrative.
Because of corruption, there is no work for people to do in this country. So they are forced to flee, and people die in the process. That's why we want NAPTIP to also not to monitor trafficking, human trafficking alone, also come in full force, in full blast, and join us in the fight against corruption. This, if we can handle corruption, I think it will provide the solution to all the other problems in this country.
While calling for NAPTIP's partnership in the fight against corruption, Magu also gave full assurance to Okodoli of the EFCC support in combating the increasing cases of organ harvesting involving Nigerians. Okodoli, who described the visit as part of the agency's familiarization efforts, used the opportunity to highlight NAPTIP's strides in combating human trafficking in the country. She said the agency has busted a number of criminal activities, recorded 331 convictions since 2004, with various other ongoing cases at an advanced stage in courts. Okodoli added that the agency has also rescued many trafficked youths who are being rehabilitated and given a new lease of life. Describing human trafficking as a terrible crime against humanity and against God, she added that the agency was not relenting in its efforts, as it currently has 10 zonal commands, including the Federal Capital Territory. Like the EFCC, she explained that NAPTIP was also focusing on preventive measures to nip corruption in the board and engaging in massive awareness campaigns.
I'm here for various reasons, and one of it is to familiarize myself with EFCC as an agency, as a sister agency, and also to have a one-on-one with the acting chairman to put a face to his name. I only see that face on TV, so I wanted to put a real face, face-to-face meeting with you today. We're familiarizing, visiting partners and stakeholders in crime prevention, particularly in the fight against human trafficking. And EFCC has been a partner of the agency in achieving our mandates. We cannot run away from EFCC. We've been partners. As a matter of fact, we have what we call the Joint Border Task Force, and it comprises of EFCC, NDLEA, NAPTIP officers, together with our mentors who are the British security agencies. We all work together at the Lagos airport, and we hope to replicate this at the other airports. As a matter of fact, I was also going to use this as an opportunity to ask you to help us appeal to the presidency to see how they can allow us to be at these other airports, because now with the ease of doing business, we see that a lot of agencies are not being allowed to operate at the airports, but it is very imperative that NATIP officials operate in all the airports, because we are the only ones that are trained to see potential victims of trafficking, and we can stop them from being trafficked.
Okoduli further noted that organ trafficking, that is well becoming a big business, is another form of human trafficking, as many youths are lured into it and they become afraid to come out to tell their stories. She used the opportunity to request for assistance of the EFCC in confiscating the assets of traffickers and also in the area of training and developing its own academy. Mago, in response, gave his assurance to support the agency in every way possible. In another development, the Nigerian Army has rated the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) high in tackling all bunkering. The General Officer Commanding GOC, Nigerian Army, 6th Division, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Major General Onoban Udo, gave the commendation while paying a courtesy visit to the Port Harcourt Zonal Office of the Commission. The Army commended the EFCC for its impressive roles in checking illegal oil bunkering and other acts of economic sabotage in the Niger Delta region. Also, the GOC explained that his division is vested with the task of cracking every act of economic sabotage in the Niger Delta region, like illegal oil bunkering, pipeline vandalism, crude oil theft, illegal oil refining, other environmental crimes peculiar to the South-South. He calls for increased interagency collaboration and support to rid the region of practices inimical to economic growth and development. Udon said that the EFCC has shown that it's an agency serious and steadfast in carrying out its assigned mandate and charged it not to rest on its oars. To the Port Harcourt Zonal Head of the EFCC, Mr. Ishaq Salihu, thanked General Udon for his visit and assured his division of enhanced support, collaboration, and synergy in the overall interest of the nation. He assured that the EFCC will continue to do its best to fight all forms of corrupt practices in the country. Amina Kawa, reporting for The Eagle.
While the effects of financial crimes on Nigeria's economy are difficult to quantify, such fraudulent activities can be damaging to the financial institutions in the country. This was the position of Ibrahim Mustapha Magu, acting chairman of the EFCC, during a presentation at the second annual international conference organized by the Progressive Solidarity Forum in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency, held at the Nigerian Air Force Conference Center in Abuja. The report.
Magu made the remarks in a paper titled The Effect of Money Laundering, delivered on his behalf by Hajia Hadiza Gamawa, Head, External Cooperation EFCC. He said fraudulent activities such as money laundering and other forms of financial crimes are capable of reducing productivity in the economic's real sector through international trade and capital flows to the detriment of long-term economic development. He further lamented the high level of poverty in the country despite being a major oil-producing country.
Although the economic effects of financial crime on Nigeria's economic development are difficult to quantify, it is evident that such activities damage the financial institutions, which are critical for economic growth. Besides, it reduces the productivity in the economic real sector by diverting resources and encouraging crime and corruption. All of this slows economic growth together. It can further distort any economic external sector through international trade, capital flows to the detriment of the long-term economic development. As we see today every day, we have the illicit financial flows coming out of Africa, with about 70% of what was attributed to Africa coming specifically out of Nigeria. That is an alarming position for us and something of significant amount that we should be concerned about.
The EFCC boss seized the opportunity to intimate the participant that the EFCC is now focusing on executing prevention measures in the fight against corruption, which is part of its mandate of ridding the country of corruption. Still, in a call for a consensus fight against corruption, Acting Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Mustapha Magu, has called on members of the Federal Civil Service of Nigerian Cooperative Societies Union to be prudent and transparent in managing people's resources while stressing the need for a united front in the fight against corruption. He made the plea while receiving a delegation of the union who paid him a courtesy visit to the Commission's head office in Abuja. Magu, who identified corruption as the root cause of poverty and the reason for a series of agitations and other vices in our society, urged everyone to support the crusade. The EFCC boss, while urging his visitors to carry the anti-graft war to their various cooperative societies, families and places of work, reminded them of the need to inculcate good values in their children as a way of guaranteeing a better future for our youths.
I'm so happy that you came, and I want to beg you to please join us in the fight against corruption, because the fight is now total. You can see the seriousness of the judiciary. They are completely join us in the fight against corruption. So everybody, want to appeal to everybody, please join us, because this is the only legacy we can leave for our children.
Onjefo Obe, president of the union, who is also a staff of the EFCC, appreciated Magu for his giant strides in the fight against corruption. He admonished the EFCC chairman for bringing sanity to the country, saying the new vigor deployed his leadership to the fight against corruption is exceptional.
I went to the bank and the teller requested me to produce my ID card. When I presented the ID card, she shifted and went to her manager inside, and they came out looking at me like one devil, and I was wondering what happened. They were just scared that I worked with the FCC and was coming to the bank, and I was coming to the bank like a normal customer, and thereafter there wasn't anything much about the ID card. But when you came, that thing has been restored, and if you insist that I should produce my ID card to you today, if I give you with pride, and by the time you see it, you want to give it to me, at least a burning fire. So we want to appreciate you for that. It's a new level entirely, and that is why we decided to come to pay the courtesy visit. And most importantly, for the new vigor in the fight against corruption. Nobody can take it away from you. Since you came on board, a lot has changed.
On behalf of the union, he used the opportunity to invite the EFCC boss to its second annual conference holding next month in Abuja, where he said the chairman will be given an award for being an agent of change. On the visit were some representatives of various cooperative societies from other organizations including NAPTIP, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ministry of Defense, Revenue Mobilization, NDDC, and Security and Exchange Commission.
Well, that's all we have for you on this week's edition of The Eagle. Do join us same time next week for another interesting package. To leave a comment, please send your contributions to theeagle@efccnigeria.org or search for us on Google Plus at Official EFCC or Official EFCCNG@gmail.com.
You can also like our page on Facebook.com/Official EFCC or follow us on Twitter @Official EFCC. And to watch our programs and other activities, please log on to youtube.com/Official EFCC. My name is Aisha Muhammad. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And I'm Aisha Gambari. See you next week. God bless Nigeria.